Alright, so I'm going to be building a falling trap. This trap is going to make the ground from this house fall, and the falling damage from falling will kill the player. So you only need a couple of basic things. I mean, just some torches and some pistons. You're going to need some sand too, but you can basically get that as you go. The only thing besides that is you're going to need some redstone for a little tiny bit of wiring, but it's really not that much wiring. Didn't really have enough shovels. Not that I really needed them, but so you want to start out by going ahead and clear out a couple layers of the blocks in the house. You can make it in a bigger house, but it's easiest in something like this. It's pretty small, so a 3x3 is pretty good here. It's essential that it's in a desert biome, and it's also essential that you have one block raised of sand on one side of the house. This is for concealment of the trap. Alright, so the 3 pistons go in the wall of the house. It goes 1 block beyond the wall, so you'll see me go ahead and put these in a second. Alright, so on the pistons you're going to want to place a block beside sand, so something like stone would be pretty good. I actually just made an error there, I didn't mean to put 2. So you just want to put 1 layer of stone there. So you're going to have a little bit of redstone that connects to these pistons. You're going to want to carve out the area around, which I'm about to do. And you actually put a redstone torch on the area right next to the button, but you're not going to do that quite yet because once the torch is down, the pistons will actually activate, and you don't want it activated until you have the trap completely set up. And you'll see why later once the trap is completely set up. Alright, so you just put the redstone right by the pistons. Pretty simple. It's not really any complex wiring that's needed for this trap, which is also another nice thing about it. Alright, so I actually made an error here. You're not actually supposed to completely cover up the pistons. But yeah, this part is that you just want to cover up all the wire so that no one can see it when they're looking around the house. Basically make it as concealed as possible. And when you're going up a block with the redstone, you just want to put a torch down so that it doesn't actually stop the connection between the two pieces of redstone. And that's why you need the raised part on the sand, because otherwise you won't have enough room to put that block raise there. And you just fill in the rest. You should only have to do this once, so it's a little annoying to do it, but once it's done, it's done. Alright, so that's pretty much all the wiring portion of this. There isn't really any more wiring except for the redstone torch that you put at the very end, but I'll get to that later. So now you can just fill in the sand over the pistons here. Well, the block that's attached, not the actual pistons, but you get the idea. So once again, I'm just going to put some torches down here to just keep that sand away from the pistons. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to make a nice little passageway that I can use to get to the pistons under there. And this is so that I can set up the trap initially, and I can also reset it up once it's been done, which is actually pretty easy when you put something like this in. So I'm actually going to dig it a little way away from the house so that it isn't quite as obvious. You can make it as far as you want, but since this is just a demonstration, I'm not really going to make it that far. It really is, you need to excessively make it so that it is concealed. Because if people see just one piece of like dirt or something out of place, they're going to suspect something. Alright, I'm just about at the end of this part. Going to be two parts for this trap. Just going to cover this up.